strumming mums, welcome to today's lesson where we're going to be learning how to tune your ukulele. Now, I think this is the most important thing you can learn. If you learn anything at all, learn how to tune your ukulele, because that's the difference between having a lovely sounding ukulele that you could actually strum and not know how to do anything else and it still sounds okay. And also if you have ukuleles for your children, when they play around with it, it's going to actually sound reasonable compared to a twangy toy that no one really wants to hear. So let's get started. There are a few different ways to tune. You can tune using your ear, but that takes time and practice. You can tune using a clip-on digital tuner, and they're great because they pick up the vibrations in the wood and they're especially good in noisy environments. But today we're going to learn how to tune using your phone. I'm using the app Guitar Tuner. You can also, the same app is Ukulele Tuner, spelt like the fish, T-U-N-A. Same app, different name. So once I'm in my app and I have my settings selected to soprano and C by tapping the top left-hand corner, selecting ukulele, selecting soprano and C, I can then see the headstock of my ukulele. What the headstock is the top of your ukulele where the tuning pegs that are connected to your strings are. So on your headstock, you can see that each string goes all the way up past the nut. The nut is this white bridge across the top. Goes all the way past the nut and wraps around this metal bar that connects to the tuning pegs. What happens is as we twist our tuning pegs, it either tightens and heightens the pitch of the string or loosens and lowers the pitch of the string. So the good thing about this app and why I love it and I feel like it's intuitive is that it's very visually showing you which string connects to which tuning peg. So when you start out, I suggest turning it off auto by selecting auto up the top. It will go white and touching the letter name of the string that you're going to tune. So you can see the string names we have here are G, C, E, A. A good way to remember these string names is to come up with a sentence that starts with each of those letters. For example, G, good, C, cows, E, eats, A, apples. Good cows eat apples. Or come up with something fun of your own. One of my students came up with Gangster Cows Extreme Adventures. Make it fun, make it memorable, and it will help you remember the order of your strings from your nose to your toes. So now that we know what the string names are, let's start. I'm going to tap the G. I'm now set to tune my G string. You can see here, it's gone green. I have my settings on fine tuning, so it may be just above the line, but that actually means it's in tune. Let's see what happens when I detune. And I'll in fact detune all of my strings. Now you can hear the difference. That's not pleasant. So, G. I now have a red bubble showing below my central line and it says too low. So I need to tighten my string till it meets the middle line. You'll know you're going the wrong way if the bubble goes further away from the middle line. Let's see. See, it's moved further. So I twist until it moves closer. So I'm going higher in pitch. And I have central. You're looking for that green ding. If you want to be particular, you can try to get to the 0. Let's go C. Again, too low. I've gone up too high, I've gone past, so let's go back. Great. E. Now something that can happen if you're picking your string and you're turning and it's not moving, be careful that you're actually turning the correct tuning peg, because it's easy to be picking one string and turning another peg. It happens all the time, especially when starting out. Another thing to make sure you're doing is to constantly make a sound, because then you'll see the bubble move gradually compared to making a sound, stopping it, twisting, making a sound. You can see I'm now above the line. So take the guesswork out and consistently make a sound and move slowly. You can see I'm fine tuning now to get it as close to that middle line as I can. Depending on your settings, so I've got mine on fine tuning, it might not be so fussy. A, way too high. And that's tuning our ukulele, the basics. A little more on that is the reason I turned off the auto mode is because when you've got a brand new ukulele, you may be way off your notes, G, C, E, A, and it might be picking up the wrong strings. So it just gives you total control to know exactly what string you're tuning. Once you're confident with what note each string should be, then you could turn it on to auto. And you'll get used to it that way too. But for now, manual is a really great choice to help you learn and to remember the string names. Another thing to note if you have a brand new ukulele is that it's going to take a lot of tuning, even if it's a good ukulele. Your strings need time to settle. So as you tighten them, they will loosen off a bit. Some people even decide to tune slightly above that central line so that as they settle, they go back to central. My preferred preference is to just tune it frequently. So even by the end of this video, your ukulele might be out of tune again, and that can be normal. Just keep it up, keep tuning it, your strings will settle in time. If you find weeks have passed and you're tuning frequently and it's still not holding, perhaps it could be an issue with your tuning pegs. It would be worth taking it to a music store and getting it checked out, or come into one of our lessons in person and I can have a look for you. A little tune a lot of people use to orally check if their ukuleles are close enough to in tune is "My dog has fleas." It's just a fun little way that you could strum and go, oh yeah, close enough is good enough, and not have to worry about pulling out a tuner. Or in time, you can use that to sing and pitch match to your voice. I'm not entirely sure why they say "my dog has fleas," but it might have something to do with the word ukulele, or ukulele, translates roughly to jump and flee. I hope you now have a lovely sounding ukulele that you and your family can enjoy. I'll see you in the next lesson where we learn how to hold our ukuleles.